this review is going to be something magical. But you don't have to take my word for it. Hello and welcome to another Starmen Just Watch. I'm Devin. With me as always is Billy.
Woo!
And watching a Netflix documentary of Reading Rainbow, Butterfly in the Sky. You know I can go twice as high.
Take a look.
It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Might as well.
Yeah, right.
So yes, this is a full-on documentary of the show Reading Rainbow, a PBS kids show.
Yeah, probably. I won't say they're one of the top 3 most well-known PBS shows.
I would believe that.
Because I would say the top 3 would have been Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers, and Reading Rainbow.
Yeah. That is a very accurate statement. Yes, I would believe that fully.
And if you had to throw in a 4th one, Arthur.
Yep. But yeah, this was a childhood nostalgia trip for me. I was maybe more excited for this than I should have been.
Yeah, I kind of was that. Like,
I was pondering around the house. I can't wait to do the review. I can't wait to do the review. I can't wait to do the review.
I mean, I was looking forward to it because I liked the show too, but like you.
This is how much this show impacted me. I want to take you back to Little Debbie Jr., 90s kid gamer, would basically rather sit in front of a video game than do anything else with his life. Reading Rainbow on, fuck the Super Nintendo. We're going to watch Reading Rainbow.
Yeah.
And there you have it. Like, there's just something magical about that show, and even shows that try to mimic that or try to do the same thing.
Yeah, oh, you were...
I got visually angry at.
Between the Lions?
Between the Lines is a show I hate with a passion. For no other reason than it's just bad Reading Rainbow.
Yeah, with
in
puppets.
My mind. It's with puppets. They read the story, they do a little review, but they don't have, like, as many kids or kids, I don't think.
No.
And they don't take you...
I don't think they had any.
I don't think they had any. I think it was the puppets that
Yeah.
did review and, like, promoted the book.
Yeah.
And they didn't go anywhere.
No.
They were always in that stupid library.
Yeah.
LeVar Burton at least took you on a little adventure every episode.
Yeah, they even said, like, kids would refer to as, like, they went there with LeVar.
Oh, yeah, no, I was one of those kids, like, what did you watch? I was like, me and LeVar Burton went on a journey to go see Back to the Cave.
Right? Like,
it's like, who's, like, wait, what?
Like, just how much impact this had.
It had so much. Like, I was upset when it's like, they don't have enough funding, they're not getting any more funding. I was like, who's not putting money towards Reading Rainbow?
That'd be George W. Bush.
Yep. Another reason to hate that president. But it got an 8-year run, so I can't be too mad at that.
Oh, twins.
Oh, I heard 8 years somewhere, but I didn't realize the show was still going after I stopped watching.
Oh, yeah.
So it ran a lot longer than I thought it did.
Yeah, it ran from like the early 80s to like 2006, I think.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah, that'd be like 28 years.
Yeah.
How many seasons do you think are good? Let's look that up as we talk.
Yeah.
So, the documentary itself is very play-by-play of how Reading Rainbow came to be and the struggles it faced and what it tried to achieve. And the biggest struggle at the time was that education and television were on two sides of a trench.
Like 21 seasons and 155 episodes.
Damn. You can't be mad at that run.
Yeah, 1983 to November 10th, 2006.
Wow. There you have it, folks. Good shows do stick around.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking about the educational trench.
Yeah.
And the television capturing the minds of children and that being like a bad thing.
Yeah, they were like really worried that like
kids would rather spend their days indoors instead of play outside in the summer. That's terrible. And I do agree with that.
Yeah.
I like, even as a gamer kid and the kid that like would have rather stayed inside during summer and play video games, I realized looking back, I was like, that was a terrible way to live.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was forced out of my house by my parents.
Right?
Thank you, Dad, for just booting me out of the door.
Go get some sun.
Yeah. No son of mine is not getting any sun. Then the pick for LeVar Burton. I'm gonna butcher that name.
Yeah.
It's not as a hard name to say. It's just my speech impediment.
Yeah.
It'll stop me. That is a personal problem. But and how much it meant to the black community to have him.
Yeah, like this.
Because you could have got anyone. They, like, when they're, like, auditioning, they were going to take almost anyone willing to take the role.
Right? Because, like I said, it was just going to be a public...
It was just going to be a public broadcast station show, so why put a lot of effort into the host?
Yeah. Then someone mentioned LeVar Burton because of Roots.
Yeah.
And...
there you have it.
the rest is history.
Yeah, they didn't think they were going to get him. They're like, yeah, he's not going to want to do
Yeah.
this. And now he's like, I love reading.
Yeah.
And the rest was kind of history after that.
Yeah, I know. Like it's...
So we won't steal the thunder away from the documentary. We won't focus too much more on the development or anything of the documentary. We'll bring up points here and there, but we're going to talk more about just reading Rainbow in general.
Yeah.
So you watched the show, obviously.
Oh yeah, no,
Anything stand out to you for the show?
I mean, I always love the narrators.
The book narrators they got. Oh my god. Every story was not written, what's the opposite?
Spoken?
Well spoken,
Yeah. Because we're just...
well read.
Well read, there you go.
Yes.
Because they say like, as they mentioned, that one of the best narrators they had was James Earl Jones.
Yes.
Because he asked to come back the next day so we could actually practice and make it.
Right, yeah.
And
that's amazing that, like, because, no offense to this day and age, but a lot of people, when they're doing these kind of shows, would just kind of phone it in.
Yeah.
Or do the best they can at the time. They wouldn't take time to rehearse it.
No, but he wanted.
Yeah, he wanted to nail it. He's like, no, I want to do this justice. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. That's the greatest mindset, I think.
Yeah.
You can go in for that. And that does make a difference. Even as a kid, when you hear a voice, you can tell when someone's enthusiastically reading and when they're just phoning it in.
Yeah.
And the amount of acting they did for a lot of it. Like, the one I like is the Animal Diner or Animal Cafe.
Yeah.
Because Buddy gives it kind of that Brooklyn... I'm trying to find the right word for it.
Brooklyn dialect.
Yeah, Brooklyn dialect. Like, the, not Columbo, but, like, you know, the old, like, detective shows.
Yeah.
Like those, that kind of thing. Like, she had to walk into my bar at that time.
Yeah, like...
voice.
Like...
And it just adds to it and takes you more into that world.
Yeah, just, like, the way they talk and... like, right?
They're not reading, they're acting.
No,
it.
like, they're not, like, not just, like I said, not just someone reading it, they're, like...
actually, like, putting emotion behind it.
Yeah, because, I think that's why they went with, like,
proper actors for it,
Yeah.
and not just anyone that wants to read a book.
Yeah, because you wouldn't remember them.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't pay attention.
No, you wouldn't.
Like, that would be the biggest thing, is like, you wouldn't pay attention at all.
And like I said, one of my favorites has been John Candy.
Yep. John Candy reading to you. I would love to hear that again.
Yeah.
To be honest, I would love to just hear John Candy's voice one more time.
I know, right?
We'll do something about him later. And the children reviews.
Oh my god, yes.
There was more thought put into those than I gave credit to. Because I thought the kids were kind of scripted.
No. That's what I thought.
Yeah, no, they read the book, did their own review, and did it their own way.
Right? And the one guy you have,
I love that kid.
Like, I can't remember his name.
I didn't get his name either, but he, like, sells you the book.
Oh yeah, like, you can tell, like, this guy's got the gift.
Yeah, he's got the gift. He can sell you ice in a storm.
Yeah, he can sell ice to an Eskimo.
Yeah, exactly. What up, America?
like that's awesome. Like that's like.
Let me tell you about a book I just read. Like, it will change your life. Like, it's like, and I believed him. I was like, tell me about this amazing book I need to read.
Like,
where do I get it?
Right? Like, oh my god.
I live in a small town community, so my disappointment for every time they brought up books on Reading Rainbow that we did not have in the library.
I know, like, a lot of the books.
Oh, a lot of the books. I'm sorry. And I like the live action sections of the show.
Like the trial.
Like, there were like 3 parts to the show that, and all were amazing.
Yeah.
Where the live reading, where you got a professional voice actor or actor to read a book to the kids.
Yeah.
A kids review section of books.
Yeah.
And LeVar Burton going on location.
Where in the world is LeVar Burton?
Yeah,
really?
It was.
Yeah.
Like, every time I tuned in, I was like, where are we going today?
Yeah. Volcano?
A volcano. That's breathtaking already. I was like, this is a show about trying to get kids into reading.
Yeah.
And we're going to a friggin' volcano.
Well,
what other show? Mr. Rogers ain't gonna touch that.
No.
Mr. Dress Up? No. Like, Sesame Street? No.
Oh no, I love when they say how they're driving up to the volcano.
Yeah.
Everyone's driving. And
driving away. Everyone's trying to get away from the volcano. The Reading Rainbow crew driving towards it. And then that back end, that's like was freaky enough the episode, but the horror stories of it.
Yeah. Flesh-eating worms?
Yeah, there's flesh-eating worms in the back guano at the bottom of this cave.
And
they actually showed that in the show.
Yeah.
Like, that was a scary thing. Like, okay, so these bats live in a cave where if they fall, in 5 minutes, they're gone.
Yeah.
Alright, so things we liked about the documentary. Obviously everything.
Oh, everything, yeah. Just the nostalgia and, oh my.
Yeah. And that's where I was like, I have to give applause to LeVar Burton for doing both Star Trek and Reading Rainbow.
Yeah.
Because they thought he was going to drop ship and go to Star Trek.
Yeah, and they were like, cause I'm curious who they.
I wonder who auditioned.
Yeah. Because they said they auditioned a few people to replace him, but then
no one would be able to fill that role.
No, and then you thought the episode the film was going to be his last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, no, I got, like, there's more to do here. I can't just walk away from this.
No.
And we're all the better for it.
Yeah.
Then, things we didn't like about the documentary. This is, I'm going to have to say, I don't have anything.
No. Yeah, no, like,
it's hard actually for a documentary.
It's hard
to say anything bad about a documentary because if you're watching a documentary, it's because you love what the documentary's about.
Yeah.
So why are you here to nitpick it?
Right? Because one of the stories I kind of like when they told when they wrote about one of the books, like lose the fish or whatever.
Yeah, scaring kids,
Thinking
if they love something too much, they'll turn into it.
and they're like, it's a book.
Yeah, I love the like dead quiet room after testing. It's like, so what did you guys think? Like, are you worried that you might love something too much that you'll turn into it? Kid raises their hand. It's a book, Jennifer. Like, it's a story.
Like, I love that.
Yeah. And just to solidify home that, like, kids aren't as shallow, or not shallow, but, like, closed-minded and fragile as you think.
Yeah, like,
They know more about what's going on than you would possibly imagine.
right? And then, for one thing, I think we both were surprised when they mentioned that because of Green Rainbow, like, book sales,
800% sale increase.
That just mind blowing. When you think,
When you go back to the start of the documentary and they're like, I don't see how this show's going to sell books.
yeah, right?
And trying to get people to, like, you know, let us use your book for our episode.
Yeah,
Was like pulling teeth with some people.
and then
Later on, they're getting shipments of books, and please review our books.
and I'm like, oh my, like, I like how many books that they just didn't do because they just had so many, right?
Exactly. There's gotta be mountains. And I wonder how, like, what is the picking process?
Yeah, like I've always wondered that.
I imagine for the kids sections, because the kids did it all,
Yeah,
I imagine they just put the kids in front of books and, like,
you know,
pick what you want to do. And then for their sections, it was more like, well, what kind of theme are we going with? What can we budget in for the trip and that?
right?
And the final thing we have to talk about is the sound and music.
Oh, well, like, I was gonna say that, like, yeah, we didn't talk about the theme, like,
Of course we're going to talk about the theme.
like, I think I just was watching something and they had the theme on one day, and that was the first time I heard that in so long,
Yeah,
and it just took me right back.
it does. You can't replicate it.
No.
You can't mimic it. You can't be better than it,
Right?
in my mind.
No, I still think this is probably one of the top TV themes of all time.
It is. Like, I had friends that are, like, good with music, good with synthesizers, can make amazing things with digital music.
Yeah.
Cannot replicate that speed. For the life of them, they tried, but it never sounded right.
Nope. It's just, nothing can beat the original.
No. And they even showed you in the documentary how he was doing it. He's like,
Yeah.
and then you bring the treble back, and
And then, there.
we're getting closer. And I was like, there's a formula to the theme song, and that's amazing.
Yeah, like,
But final thoughts before we wrap up.
no, I mean, just a blast from, like, nostalgia and, like, just,
I would be interested in tracking down old episodes now,
I know, right?
just for someone to watch on a lazy Sunday or something.
Right?
Like, I would love actually a playlist of all the read books
Yeah.
and just listen to all of them. That was audiobooks for kids back then.
Right?
I just realized that now. I was like, that was literally audiobooks.
Yeah. It's like, oh, people's like, oh, audiobooks are awesome. Like, yeah. Like, oh,
We had Reading
Rainbow.
Rainbow. The first introductory to audiobooks.
Yeah.
But with that, though, we'll call the episode here. So thank you all very much for watching. Until next time, have a good one.
Dig it.